morning, Laguna Woods. Again, my name is Rick Bradford. This is Inspiration for Today. Thank you for letting me to come into your living room on a daily basis. And I pray, my prayer is that this show does become a daily habit and an inspiration for you. And if it's too early, I encourage you, set your DVR. And then when you get up, have your coffee, sit down and listen to a verse for the day, as well as inspiring stories. And that's certainly the case today, as we have one of my personal heroes, and his name is Lou Tirado. Let me just give you a little bit of background. Lou was a war hero shot down on September 12, 1944, near Berlin. Became a prisoner of war. God saw him through those times, brought him back, married, raised a great family. He's actually been on 60 Minutes twice. And how many people do you know that's done that? And at age 97, he is still very, very active in our church. I want you to watch this first video about Lou. Had a great moment just a couple of years ago.
New at 6, a local veteran is on cloud 9 this evening after reliving the thrill of flying in a vintage B-17.
The last time he flew a B-17, he was shot down and captured during World War II. And Eyewitness News reporter Colleen Sullivan has his emotional journey.
Yeah. The last time I flew in one of these was almost 72 years ago.
No way.
That bring back memories, Lou? Oh, yeah. Well, I was what they call a ball turret gunner. I sat in the ball. You had 250 calibers. My job was to protect the bottom of the plane. Yeah. So when enemy fighters come in from the bottom, it was my job to protect. We flew out of England. We bombed Germany. We put in 3 missions. We got shot down on our 3rd mission.
At 95 years old, Lou Tirado still has vivid memories of his last flight on the B-17. It was during World War II, the date September 12, 1944.
The day we got shot down, we were overwhelmed by fighters, and we were one of the first planes to get hit, so we didn't have much chance to do any protecting. Our plane caught fire, and we bailed out by plane into Germany and became prisoners.
72 years later, Brooklyn-born Lou now lives in Laguna Woods and is thrilled to fly on the vintage B-17 Flying Fortress, one of only 8 in flying condition. The short flight from Riverside Municipal Airport to John Wayne Airport had people cheering as Lou touched down.
Hey, I didn't need a parachute this time.
Smiles aside, Lou couldn't help getting emotional, not only for the 2 men who died in his last mission, but all the servicemen and women who sacrifice every day to serve our country.
If we all do a little bit, hey, we could have the best country in the world. We do.
Colleen Sullivan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
Oh, Lou, every time I see that,
Thank you.
it brings tears to my eyes.
Wow.
I really thank you for all you did. And you still do, really.
Wow.
You really do.
Yeah.
And it's touching to me. Before I let you talk, I got to read, I forgot to tell our verse for today. But it's one that really I think is fitting. And it was Jesus. And he said in John 15, verse 13, he said, "Greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends." And you know people that love their country enough to lay down their lives. And you were willing to. What happened that day, Lou?
Funny that you mentioned that verse because that is my special verse.
Oh.
For me, I have others with my wives, but that one was my special verse.
Wow.
What happened that day?
Yeah.
Well, like everything else, it's like going to work. You get up in the morning, you can get going. We got up that morning and went and had our breakfast, and then we were told where we were going what to expect and so forth and so on. And, you know, you're all keyed up. You got equipment to get and all that. And
Where
rush.
did you take off from?
Well, we took off from Debach, England. That was
So you were in England.
in England, yes. That was our base there in Debach, England. We were heading for Germany, uh, or central, just a little south of Berlin.
Okay.
And Magdeburg was the name of the city. And anytime you went close to Berlin, you knew you were going to have problems. We have been fortunate that our group had never been, even before I joined that group, we had never been attacked by fighters. And so that day was the first time that we ever got hit by
Wow.
fighters.
So you were was it a surprise, would you say?
Well, not surprised because, like I said, anytime you went near Berlin, anything can happen. It's towards the end of the war. The Germans are fighting for whatever's left, and they were willing to throw anything at you. And but again, we had hope. We have put in 2 missions, and,
Yeah, sure.
and we never saw fighters, so we had hopes that maybe that would be a good day for us.
But then they showed up.
Well, right after
And
we
then-
dropped, you know, I don't want to go into details, but you're in formation, close formations. When you get over the target to drop your bombs, you have to open up your formation in order to drop your bombs so you don't drop them on top of the plane.
Sure.
So the Germans wait for that. They're sitting up in the sun up there. We're busy, and they're up there waiting. And as soon as you leave the target, you're open before you get a chance to come back and get closed in. They're down on you. And the idea is for them to get in between you, because if they do that, you can't fire at them because you'll be firing at your own plane.
So they did do that, but they hit your plane.
Yes, they came in, and we were one of the first planes to be hit. We were what they call tail end Charlie. Up on the first pass, they must have gotten the tail gunner, and one of the engines caught fire. They knocked out our telephone system. And right after that, when fighters were announced, I looked out. I'm on the ball. I'm below the plane.
Right.
And one of the planes was coming in on the bottom. I fired a number of shots at him, but at that point my guns jammed, and he let go with his cannon, and he opened up a nice hole right in front of me. And at that point was when I decided to come out of the ball because my guns were of no use.
Yes.
But when I
So then you bailed out.
Well, when I come up-
did you have a parachute on already?
no, I couldn't fit.
Oh.
The way I'm sitting here, that's the way the ball is. The window is there, and my feet are there, my guns are here. And I have my harness is on, but I can't use a chute because if my chute is a chest chute, I couldn't see through the glass. So I had to leave the chute out in the radio room. So for me to get my chute, I have to come out, go to the radio room, get my chute, put it on, and then get ready to bail
And
out.
did you all bailed out together?
No, everybody bailed out at different times.
Okay.
The waist guarder radio man, I saw them go
Yeah.
by. They bailed out before me. The tail gunner was killed. He never made it. And I was the last from the back. Up in the front, you had the pilot, co-pilot, navigator. They bailed out at different times.
Okay, Lou. I hate to cut you off, but that's why we're having you back tomorrow. We're going to pick up the story right there. No love has greater man than he'll lay down his life for another. I know you're going to come back tomorrow. See you then.